For nearly 1 month since Hurricane Ida devastated southeast Louisiana, Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser will be hearing from people directly as they try to recover. He'll be visiting Terrebonne Parish today and stopping by a number of distribution sites before he makes the trip down to Terrebonne. He is joining us via Zoom to talk about what his plans are for today. And the last time we had you on, you were talking about the Volunteer Louisiana program, where and this is a program that's been going on for a long time that helps people deal with disasters like this.
Yeah, Eric, this hurricane has such widespread devastation. Our caseload, we've got over 8,000 new cases. We've closed out about 2,000. And today we're going to be focused on the docks and the fishermen down in Duloc and along the coast. We've got to get those fishermen back in the water making a living.
How dire is their situation right now?
Well, it's really bad because usually it affects either Plaquemine, St. Bernard, Duloc. This has covered all the docks along the coast. You know, Cameron's still recovering those fisheries over there. So it's widespread, and it's damaged a lot of boats and a lot of the vessels across, as well as those people out of their homes. So getting them a place to live, getting them back in the water, and getting them some federal help is so important.
And you know, the governor was just up in Washington asking for more federal help. We go over to Cameron and in Lake Charles, and we see, my God, a year later, and they're still begging for help.
Yeah, there's got to be a better way. You know, we made some changes after Hurricane Sandy. I just flew up to meet with my fellow lieutenant governors to ask for their support for hardening the grid. Obviously, if we could get power back on or it didn't go out, that would help us get back a lot quicker to our communities and homes. We got those steel poles put in Plaquemines Parish, showing the value of the oil industry for the whole country. So there is presence for doing it. New York got hardening money after Hurricane Sandy. It's time to get that federal money that we can use to harden our, which would really help us recover a lot quicker.
But quickly, the long-term after effects that we saw over in southwest Louisiana, is that what we're in for here in southeast Louisiana?
I'm afraid so. As people get their insurance money and those that don't get insurance money, Volunteer Louisiana is still over there helping people redo their homes, and we'll be on the ground to everyone's back. But it is a long recovery, and it's something we're in for throughout South Louisiana in many parishes.
And you know, to have this happen 2 times in 2 years with actually 3 times, 3 Category 4s to hit Louisiana. I mean, is this changing a lot of people's attitude on climate change?
Well, I think it is, Eric. And you know, I've been a big supporter of pumping river sediment and building berms. We don't need a 50-year plan. It's time for a Louisiana 5-year plan to save our coast. And I hope we can rethink our plans and really pump their sediment, build some berms and ridges, and protect our coast in our lifetime. It's time to take a step back and rethink our coastal plan and really put some things in place that are going to protect the coast, because we're not lucky enough to have another 10 years without a major storm because of this climate change, and the storms are getting a lot worse.
And you'd think the entire Congress would be behind this because it's affecting everybody in the country.
Absolutely. I was speaking to Lieutenant Governor of Iowa. He's got tremendous windstorms. Hardening that grid can help every state. And I've asked our lieutenant governors to reach out to their congressmen and senators, because it's going to happen to them one day, and hardening the grid will protect. We're the greatest country in the world. We shouldn't be powerless ever. So that should be one of the first things we do across every state, is to harden that grid. And it would save us money in the long run.
Yeah.
Putting people in hotels and FEMA trailers, if they can get back in their home and get back to work, it benefits everyone.
And we talk about how Terrebonne, Lafourche, because they're close to the coast line, you know, some of the hardest hit areas. As you've traveled around this part of southeast Louisiana, it's not just there. I mean, it's so widespread, it's just hard to fathom.
Tangible Hope, St. Tammany, St. John, St. James, it's widespread, and that's what makes the recovery difficult. We had to move people so far from their home without power, getting back to do the essential work, to get that grid back on, to get people back in their homes, to mutt and gut, clean the roads. There's so many places that need help, and there's only so many people to do that. The volunteer groups have been great, but we've got a long road ahead of us.